Hey, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me. Such a pleasure having you here. Okay, so this is our Tai Chi forms class, or now we're calling it traditional Tai Chi forms. Why? Because we're learning the long form. So let's get started practicing the whole first section up until push that we were working on last week, right? So we learned embrace the tiger, return to the mountain, and then that new transition to roll back, press, and push. So let's practice together that whole thing, get into our flow, feel the energy. So I'm going to turn the other way. Let's start and prepare. Let's just take a moment, run through our checklist, right? Feet, shoulders width apart. Take a moment, look down, nice and straight. Starting at the top today, head lifting up, gentle push through the crown of your head. Shoulders hang down, but remember, fingertips may brush the sides of the thighs, but we have that little piece of fruit underneath our arms. Lower back is nice and relaxed, so the hips are level, and a slight bend in your knees so the weight is fully on the foot. So even left to right, front and back, whole foot connected to the ground. Take a deep breath, and on the exhale, maybe releasing a sigh, relaxing fully into this posture. All right, we call this prepare. Opening, rotate the palms, lift them up, shoulder height and shoulder width. Upper arms go down, forearms, and then palms sit down in front of your hips. Shift to your left, turn and open to the right. Right arm reaches out in front, left arm bends underneath, ward off left, up and down, torso's vertical. Shift to your right, rotate everything on your left heel. Rotate both arms, right arm bends underneath, hinge that right arm up, press down with the left palm, ward off right. Rotate both arms connected together. Shift your weight back, arms go to the other corner, turning from your waist. Touch the center of your forearm. Expand up and out for press. Both arms open up, come back over a ball, sit up the palms, and then push. Single whip, flatten the arms, shifting back. Turn, rotate on your right heel as far as you can. Press down with the arms, relax that left foot. We're gonna make a hook, turn over the left palm. Step wide enough, torso's vertical as you strike. Shift your weight back, turn on your left heel, arms close a little bit. Open up that hook. Stepping empty stance to 12 o'clock, turning from your waist. It's like a clap and miss. Raise hands. Both arms go down, circle, left arm on top. Close and step. Right arm passes on the outside, coming overhead. White crane spreads its wings. Empty stance on the ball of the left foot. Look at your right palm. Left arm comes up and then down. Brush knee and strike with the right palm. Hand strums the loop. Reach out and step in. Pull back, up and down with the arms. Touch with the left heel. Brush knee. Right arm swings down, sit up the palm. Remember, it comes to the shoulder and then goes straight out for a strike. Okay, other side, shift back, left arm comes up, leg and arm turn together, weight force back in, left arm swings down, circle. We're gonna brush off that table and strike with the left palm. Right arm lifts up, weight moves back, turn the arm and leg, weight force back in, and then we swing that right arm down. We brush off the table and strike with the right palm. Reaching out like someone's pulling you, step closer in, pulling back, left arm up, right palm pressing down. Swing, step, open and strike. All right, parry, block and punch. Shift back and turn. Both arms go down, circle, connecting out, left arm and leg together, and punch. A pair and closing up, both palms face up, breaking a grab, push, both palms sit up, and then shoulder height, shoulder width. Turning from your waist, chopping out to the corner, Wild West arms as you step in, cross hands. Shift to your right, rotate on your left heel. Separate both arms. Remember, it's just like brush knee with a different meaning. Brush or embrace and strike. Bicycle the arms, connecting out with that right forearm, and then turn from your waist. Press, touch the center of the forearm, expand up and out. Both arms open up. We come back over that ball, and then we push. Nice. Okay, how are we doing? Feeling good? All right. So, we got new movements, right? How are we feeling with that transition? We're doing the bicycle arms. We feel good with roll back? Okay. Now's your time, right? Because we can keep practicing a few times, or or we can continue on. That is the truth, okay? In the beginning, when we're learning the form, it takes having other people around us to get through the form, right? Because we're learning something completely different. We're learning this new sequence of movements. And for some of us, we've never actually learned a sequence of movement. We don't have a background in martial arts or dance or even yoga, right? Anything that requires remembering how our body's supposed to move. So this is a new thing. So know that that's normal. That feeling like you're lost without having someone to guide you through that is a completely normal thing when learning movement. So just keep that in mind. The way to challenge yourself to be able to do it by yourself is to put on a video and listen to my voice and see if you can just listen to the voice without looking at the screen. So that will be the next step in training yourself to be able to do it by yourself. And then after that, you'll just try to move on without me. Oh, I'm glad you enjoy the flow. This is it, right? This is what it's all about. All right. So, any questions on embrace the tiger or that transition to roll back that we've been working on? All right, let's do it one time. See if we stir up any questions. If not, we're going to move on to a new movement with the kind of repeat transition. So now we're going to see how we can have new movements but have a similar transition to something we've already learned. So let's do it from cross hands. See if we have any questions here. So prepare stance, that shoulders width apart, parallel stance, sinking into the legs, right arm on the outside, cross hands. We're going to shift to our right. Turn and rotate as far as you can on your left heel. The arms are going to separate as you shift your weight back to the left. Right arm goes up. Remember, make a small circle as you press down and step out less than corner. Embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. It looks just like brush knee and push. All right, we shift our weight back. The right hand's going to come up in front of the shoulder, and we're going to connect out, imagining connecting with the center of our forearm. And then we turn from our waist for roll back. From here, it's repeat movement. Touch the center of the forearm, expand out for press. Open up both arms, come back over a ball, sit up those palms, and then push. That's normal, right? So, we feel good? We got our bicycle arms and roll back? All right. I feel like that one's a little bit easier almost because the meaning is very clear. Okay. Watch one time. Remember, just watch. I'm going to show you what we're going to work on today. It's called fist under elbow. So we're starting in push. It's going to look like a transition to single whip. So just watch. Flatten the arms and shift back. We're going to turn and show pulling. We're going to press down just like single whip, relax the foot, but this time we press out to the side. Now it becomes different. We're going to connect out. We're going to turn and show grabbing as we re-step. And we're going to show lift and punch. Fist under elbow. Okay. I know, I see your faces already. This is the first time we see a very big transition to a new direction, okay? Once we get through this movement of fist under elbow, we're gonna be back on that one line. So you notice in section one, we really go to one direction and then we keep moving, right? On that line, say 3 and 9 o'clock, right? So here we're off of that exact time of the clock and we're gonna get back onto it, okay? So watch again, we're just gonna talk about footwork and then we're gonna do it together. So remembering that we're not to the exact corner, we're a little bit off, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is shift back our weight. We're gonna turn on our right heel. And we're going to turn that foot all the way to 12 o'clock. Now we are going to shift our weight back and relax our left foot. We're going to step to the corner direction. This is just a transition step, so we're not stepping wide for a bow stance. We're just stepping to the corner direction. We're going to shift our weight forward and we're going to re-step. When we re-step, again, it's to corner direction, but our feet are one line this way, like we're on a plank. Then we're going to relax that foot and touch with the heel for an empty stance. Okay, so let's talk about what this is similar to so that we can understand in three-dimensional space what we're doing. We all know very well single whip. Okay. This transitional footwork is the exact same movement. So you actually already know what this footwork is. We just have to understand the direction that we're going to. And that's what's kind of difficult over the camera, okay? So starting in our less than corner footwork, all right? The great thing is you get to turn back towards your camera, right? Okay, so shift your weight back to your left leg. So now you can turn on your right heel and turn that foot all the way back to 12 o'clock, where we started the whole form. Now you're going to relax that left foot and it's going also to 12 o'clock. You're going to pick that foot up and you're going to step to the corner direction. Perfect. Okay. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So that's all like single whip. Now you're going to shift forward and you're going to re-step with that right foot to the corner. Now, if both feet are facing to the corner direction and we're on, we call a plank or one line this way, okay? Yeah, so if you look at your feet, they're exactly the same direction. That's very important right now. And then they're on a plank that's like going to between 9 and 3 o'clock. Why? Because we're going to step to 9 o'clock. So you're going to relax that left foot and then you're going to change to the heel. Okay, so we end with an empty stance on the heel. So that's our end footwork, is an empty stance with the whole heel touching. Now here is the challenge. Watch one time. I want to show you the common pitfalls, okay? The things that we usually see that happens that are a little bit off for this movement, okay? So normally we do this part great because we know this transition. Now sometimes we really do good here. Maybe we'll step too wide. Maybe we don't step wide enough. We want to just think we're going towards the corner. Here's where we may go awry. When we step, we might step too far over here, and then we have to pick this foot up and bring it closer, okay? That's one thing that might go off. The other thing that might happen is we do this great transition, we step, and then we re-step, and now we're crossed, and we have to step this foot over here, okay? The alignment that we're going for within this footwork is that when we do this transition and we step here, we should be able to relax our left foot and simply pick it up and just change to the heel, okay? That's gonna be the most difficult part of this footwork is where do we put our foot? So that's why when we make this transition and we re-step, if we imagine we're on a plank this way, when you relax this foot, it should be in the perfect position to just change to the heel. We do not want to have to step and then step again, okay? We don't want to step and then have to step this way. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. That's the biggest thing about this whole movement that's going to throw you off. So let's try it. Let's do that footwork again. Now we know what we want to not do. Okay. So less than corner footwork. We just finished push. Shift your weight back. Turn on your right heel to 12 o'clock. Relax that left foot. Remember, we're just going to step to the corner. It's a transition step. Shift your weight. Step on that plank. Both feet are to the corner. Shift your weight back and then touch with the left heel. Remember, don't move the weight forward. We're just going to touch and pour 30% in. How do we do? All right. This is a hard one, okay? So let's do it again. One more time, and then we'll add at least the beginning of the arms, okay? So shift your weight back. Don't lean back, sink in. Yeah. Turn on that right heel. Now, see, we're still kind of leaning. We always have this lean to us so that we can sink into the right leg. Step to the corner direction. See how I'm leaning into it? Pour that weight to the left. Re-step on that plank. Relax the left foot as you shift back. Touch with the heel, 30% pours in. All right, feeling good? Okay, we know the transition for single whip, right? That big sweeping motion, and then we make a hook, and we turn over our left arm, right? It's gonna be exactly the same. The only difference is instead of making a hook, we are going to push out with the palm, okay? That's the only difference. So this whole transition is exactly the same, but instead of making a hook, you're going to push out, okay? So we're imagining in single whip, we're striking to the throat, right? We're hitting with the back of our wrist to the throat. Here, we're imagining we're pulling someone, and instead we're just gonna toss them to the side. You're just gonna imagine you're gonna, boom, throw them away, okay? So let's just do this transition because we know this very well, okay? So from push, we know we shift back our weight and we flatten our arms. So turning from your left side. Now turn and show pulling, turning on that right heel. We press down and we start relaxing on our left foot, fingertips point together, and then we're going to push out. So our right palm is seated up, our left arm is in that ward-off shape, and there to 3 o'clock. Nice. Sometimes I got to turn quick so I don't tell you to hold and I just see what you're doing. Looks good. Okay, let's do it again. All right, this is the great transition. So from push. Perfect. Flatten the arms, move back. Rotate on that right heel, big turn from the center body. Press down, fingertips point together, and then imagine pushing out to the side direction. Oh, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, any questions on that transition? It looks great on my end. Okay, I'm gonna show you what's next. Okay, so we have our ward-off arm. It's a little bit hard to see. What's going to happen is this right palm is not going to change very much from this position, okay? It's going to stay here. What's going to happen is, remember, it's martial arts. We're going to imagine connecting out. Yes, So it's going to be a connecting out, okay? So I'm going to go from a different direction for a second. Remember, we're normally this way, right? I'm going to turn this way so you can see, okay? What's going to happen is your right palm's going to stay in dimensional space, and you're going to imagine connecting out with the left, okay? Yes. So connecting out. So we're saying someone's punching towards you, and we're going to connect out, okay? That's perfect, all right? It's clear, right? When you see it from that angle, the big thing is being that our right palm stays in three-dimensional space, okay? So if I go from the normal direction, what happens is we're going to connect out. So see how this palm stays back, okay? So normally what I see a lot of is this. See how my right arm disappeared from your view? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we want to imagine someone's coming from this direction, and we're going to connect out to them. So we're connecting out. All right. So let's add that in, and then we'll talk about what's next, because again, we have something that's a little bit similar. Okay. So from push, why do we keep, we're just going to keep adding steps to it, right? So shift back and flatten the arms. Don't lean back, sink into those hips. So turning from the left side, we're imagining pulling or throwing our opponent. They're going to stick around. So we're going to shift back and we're going to push them out to the side. Now, someone else is coming. You don't know what's happening. You're going to step and you're going to connect and ward off out. So this should feel like a bow stance, but on one line. So our weight is into our left leg. We've connected out. How do we do? Well, it looks good. You know what I saw a lot of? Elbows were down and we were leaning into it. It was beautiful. Okay, one more time. Let's add that all in, and then this is where it's really going to switch up. So from push, remember, sink into your hips, keep that leaning forward as you shift back and flatten the arms. So turning from the left side. Now everything turns and shows pulling as we rotate on that right heel. We're going to press down, our fingertips point together, and then we're imagining pushing out to the side direction. Right palm seated up, left arms and ward off. We're going to step to that corner. Something's coming from the side direction, so we're going to connect out, warding off up, or out, I should say. Yes. Yes. All right. Ready to see what's next? Okay. So we already know this transition. How do we show grabbing? Rotate. Yes, rotate and grab. Okay, so that's what's going to happen next. So we're warding off up. Our left arm is going to show rotate to grab. Now from here, you're going to make a small circle to pull down to your hip, and then you're imagining lifting up. Yes. So to give you a little bit of a visual, what happens here is you're taking your opponent's arm and it ends up like this, okay? So you're going to pull their arm down and then jack it up, and they end up in this chicken wing fashion, okay? Exposing the whole side body, okay? So from our ward off, show grab, so rotate to show grabbing. You're imagining you've got your opponent's wrist. You're going to pull their arm down, and now you're going to lift it up into that chicken wing fashion, okay? Perfect. That was beautiful. All right, so one more time. We're warding off. We're going to show grabbing. Pull down and then lift their arm up. Now that you have them exposed, right? We got all these beautiful side targets. What's going to happen? Our right arm, what's going on with it? It's hanging back, right? Hanging back here. Okay, it's going to just move. When we step, okay, I'm going to show you something from a different angle. We're connecting out. When we step, our arm's just moving. Okay, it's like everything's connected together. We're going to show grabbing, but this arm is just kind of connected. It's not moving in its own fashion. It's moving with our body. Okay, so that's step one. The next step is we're going to make a fist. Now, whenever we make a fist, what have we learned? It's vertical, right? It's vertical. It's this way, okay? It's not going to be twisted. We're going to keep everything in alignment, just like if it was a palm, it's a vertical fist, okay? So we make a fist, and then it's a hook punch, okay? It's a hook punch. You're going to punch to the ribs, okay? So we're imagining that the front of our fist is just going to come in, yes, and we're going to lift and punch together, okay? So this is where that magic happens, okay? So we're lifting and punching together. Why? We have all of this exposed at this point in time, right? We have our opponent's arm is chicken winged up, and we have these beautiful targets. All those ribs, the kidneys, everything there is just boom, okay? Remembering Tai Chi magic, right? It all has to be timed together, okay? So that means that we're not going to lift and then punch, right? We're not going to punch and then, oh, I'm going to lift, right? It has to be simultaneous. So let's talk about the timing of the arms, okay? So we have our ward off, okay? Remember, I just mentioned that when we step, our right arm doesn't change, right? So what happens to our left arm when we step? Because we've connected out. Well, now we're going to show grabbing. We're going to control our opponent here, right? Yes, okay? So remember, when we show our grab, we're going to keep it out in front. Now the arm isn't changing a lot, but it's that rotation that is getting our arm to move that little bit, okay? So again, whole body's connected, so we're turning everything together. Yeah, that was it, okay? We're gonna add the next part without the legs, okay? So from here, we did our grab. Now, as you pull down with the left arm, you're gonna make your fist. Why? Lift and punch. Yes. Now we call this movement fist under elbow. We are not going to be fist directly under elbow, okay? Remember, back rounded, chest sinking in, but we never want to like overdo anything. Relax, okay? So the shoulders are still in their sockets, but it's definitely fist under elbow, right? All right, let's do it a couple of times, just the arms, okay? So we imagine when we step, we show grab. When we pull down, we make a fist. And then we punch and lift together. Yes. Okay, that looks good. Remember, not too high. We still want shoulders sinking down, elbows sinking down, okay? So the hand is maybe about face level, okay? And then that hook is abdomen, belly, okay? Because you're imagining always that you're doing this against somebody else your size. So this is going to give you that, where is my body in three-dimensional space aspect, right? Okay, so we know the meaning is connecting out, grabbing, lifting, and punching, right? So when we're punching, we want to punch our opponent's ribs or middle body. So where's our fist going to be? Ribs or middle body, okay? So knowing the meaning is going to give you that, where should I be, okay? All right, ready to try and connect it together? All right, let's start. Okay, we'll start from push. Let's do it. I saw everyone turn. Let's do it from push, okay? Shift your weight back and flatten your arms. Remember, lean into it still. Turn from the left side. Whole body turns, rotate on your right heel. Press down with both palms as you shift back. Imagine push your opponent away to the side. Okay, here's that connection. Step and touch with the right foot. Now pour that weight in and ward off out. Here we are. Step and show grab. Now shift your weight back, make your hook, your fist, and left arm comes down. Now touch with the heel, 30% fist under elbow. Nice. I didn't see anyone go into a bow stance. That was perfect. That's the common mishap, okay? Is this, okay? We have to end here. All right, so empty stance. Yes. Yeah. And always leaning into it, right? So there's always that difference of being here versus here. Like leaning into your opponent always, okay? You can imagine it like this with every movement in Tai Chi. If anyone was to ever push on you or come at you with any sort of punch or anything, you would always have to lean into it, right? If you were even vertical and just standing neutrally, you would fall backwards with any amount of force. Yeah. So with every single movement that we do, we're always going to lean into it. Okay. So let's do it again. Looking really good. So from push, remember less than corner, starting a nice bow stand. All right. Looking direction. We're going to look towards our palms as we flatten them. We're turning. We're still kind of looking that direction. Now we're going to show pulling. Our looking gaze is following where we're throwing our opponent to the corner. And then we're going to follow as we push them out to the side. Next, we're going to step first. And then as we step, we're going to look towards that ward off arm. Now we're going to look to where we're stepping and grabbing our opponent. Remember, we're on that plank. Now we stay looking to 9 o'clock. You're going to bring the left arm down, make a fist, relax that left foot, touch with the heel, lift and punch together. Remember, fist under elbow, but still relax. So let's talk torso direction. I think I already see it. It looks good. Torsos to the corner. Why? So that our arms can be out in front. We don't want to close, right? We don't want to twist our right knee. Nice and open. We're imagining punching. Any questions? How are we feeling? Looking good. All right. Okay, no questions means you've got a lot going on. There's lots of explanation in there, right? So let's do it again. Let's do it a couple of times, right? This is a big movement. Remember when you first learned single whip, how crazy that felt? And here you are learning a new big turn and feeling great. So let's do it from push. Shift back, flatten the arms. Turn from your waist, left arm shows pulling. Whole body turns and rotates on that right heel. Press down, fingers point together. Relax that left foot, weights in your right leg, push out to the side. All right, step. Then show warding off, connect out. Show grabbing as you re-step with that right foot. Pull down, make a fist. Lift, punch, and touch with your left heel. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's do it one more time. I'm going to challenge your balance a little bit because we're going to pause, okay? And I know that that footwork is a little bit awkward, okay, that transitional step. So if you feel off balance at any time, feel free to re-step into the next move. I just want to talk about the Kodak moments. We've kind of gone through them, right? But these are the things that you can check and say, did I hit this moment in time before moving on? Remember that Tai Chi is always a flow, but these are like the checkpoints that we can say, oh, am I here at this point with arms and legs? Because remember, we're always trying to coordinate upper and lower halves. So starting at push, we're going to hit a couple of checkpoints, okay? So the first thing is shifting your weight back and flatten your arms. Now your right foot should feel pretty empty. Remember, the arms and legs are going to the same direction. Perfect. Now, the next thing, turn from your waist. The left arm shows turning first, so we bend at the elbow. Beautiful. Whole body turns together. We show throwing. Rotate on the right heel. Checking. Our arm should be, say, maybe 11 o'clock-ish. Right foot is going to be to 12 o'clock. Shoulders and elbows sinking down. And look, all the weight's in the left leg. Now, next one is we're going to press down, fingertips point together. Then we're going to push out to the side direction. So both feet are kind of to 12 o'clock, right palm sitting up, left arms in ward off, okay? This is a big checkpoint. We're looking the side direction. Next one is step and then ward off out. So we want to feel similar to a bow stance, but it's on one line because it's just a transition. That right palm is still hanging back in space here, and the left arm's connected out. The next thing is we're going to rotate and show grabbing. That right arm does not change very much. It just comes along for the journey. Weights in the left leg. Next one, pull down, make a fist, relax that left foot. Weights in the right leg. Now lift up and show punching, fist under elbow. Checking here, we're leaning into it. Torso's open to the corner. Right palm, fingers point up. Right fist is vertical, left fingers point up. Show hook punch. Yes. Okay, any questions? After we hit all those, are you hitting the spot? Pretty much? Okay. All right. So let's do it now again. Remember, we hit those so that we can have that kind of marker, but now we want to let go and flow. So try to take a deep breath. Try to just do what your body's going to do. Remember that Tai Chi takes time to build that into your practice and feel like it's all moving together, but I just want you to let go and breathe this time. Okay, so from push. Deep breath, relax into it. All right, feel the flow. Shift back and let the arms relax. Turn from your waist. Big circle, just like single whip. This time we're just going to push out to the side. We're going to step and connect out. We're showing that grab as we re-step. And we're going to lift and punch as we touch with our heel. Feel different? Let's do it again. Okay, just feeling that flow. We're just going to burn it in 2 more times from push. Relax, take a breath, and flatten the arms. Turn and show pulling. Big circle, press down and out to the side. Step and connect. Grab and re-step. Big circle and lift and punch. All right, one more. Feeling that flow. Relax into it. All right, from push. Flatten the arms and shift back. Turning. Big circle. Press down and push out to the side. Step. Connect. Grabbing and re-step. Left arm down circle. Lifts up as we punch and touch with the heel. All right, check. How did you do? Empty stance. Fist under elbow, torsos to the corner, but the arms are in front. Yes. I love that I see you checking your footwork. That's a huge thing. All right. This footwork is probably one of the most difficult transitions in terms of, are we going to make all those right steps in 3-dimensional space and transition from over a camera to your room? Okay. So give yourself grace. All right. Any questions? Are we feeling good? Okay. Next step. Cross hands all the way through to fist under elbow. All right. So from here all the way through. All right. So parallel stance, sinking down, cross hands. All right. Shift right. Turn on your left heel. Separate the arms, right arm goes up, little circle, swing that left arm down, step less than corner. Embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. Roll back, right arm comes up in front of the shoulder like a bicycle, connects out in front, and then we turn from our waist. Touch the center of the right forearm, expand up and out for press. Both arms open, we come back over the ball, sit up the palms, and then push. And here's our new movement. Flatten the arms, just like single whip. Shift back, turning, big circle, press down, relax that left foot, and push out to the side. Touch, ward off, out. Grab and re-step with the right foot. Big circle down, lift up and punch, touch with the left heel, fist under elbow. Nice. Remembering with fist under elbow, in the final posture, we really want to have our elbows sinking down. This is another thing that we'll see a lot of. When we're lifting, we have to think lift up instead of lift out, okay? So you want to think from your hip, you're going to go up, a very much an up direction, okay? And that means that the elbow is going to sink down. So not out here, up. All right, remembering that you're going to take your opponent's arm, it's going to come down, and then it's going to lift up, exposing all of that rib area, okay? All right, we have a few minutes left. Would you like to, right hand, practice from cross hands to fist under elbow, say 3 times, or left hand, do the whole form as to what we know? Wow, all right. All right, oh, whole form it is. All right, I love this. Okay, starting at prepare, let's all face the same direction, linking it all together, one big practice. All right, run through your checklist real quick, head, shoulders, waist. All right, opening, rotate the arms, lift up, shoulder height, shoulder width. Upper arms, forearms, and press down. Ward off left, shift left and turn. Reach out in front, left arm underneath, step. Turn, vertical torso. Shift to your right, turning. Rotate both arms, right arm bends underneath, step. Bow stance, ward off right. Rotate both arms to the corner direction. Shift your weight back, turn from your waist, arms go to the other corner. Press, touch the center and expand up and out. Push, open up both arms, come back over a ball, sit up those palms and then push. Flatten the arms, single whip, turning. Big circle, press down. Relax that left foot, make a hook. Step wide enough, block and strike. Raise hands, shift back and turn on the left heel. Right arm doesn't change very much. Open up that hook. And then like a clap and miss, empty stance on the right heel. Both arms go down, circle, left arm comes on top as you step. Right arm passes on the outside to go overhead, white crane, touch with the ball of the left foot. Look at your right palm. Left arm goes up, 2 circles, right palm sits up, comes to the shoulder, and strikes for brush knee. Hand strums the loot. We're letting our opponent grab us, pulling back, up and down with the arms, touch with the left heel. Left brush knee, right arm down, circle, press down with the left, brush off that table and strike with the right palm. Other side, shift back, left arm and leg turn. Left arm swings down, look away from your screen, brush off that table with the right and strike with the left palm. Right arm lifts, turn, pour that weight back in, swing the right arm down. Step, brush knee, and strike. Reaching forward, step in. Pull back, up and down with the arms, touch with the left heel. Last brush knee. Hand to the shoulders so that we can go straight out for that strike. Parry, block, and punch. Shift back and turn. Both arms go down, circle, make a fist, touch, parry to the side, weight pours in, left arm and leg out in front together, and punch. Separate the arms, both palms open and face up. We imagine breaking a grab for cross hands. Sit up both palms so then we can push. Turn from your waist, right palm faces out, and we chop to the corner direction, leaning into it. Wild West arms as we step in, cross hands. Embrace the tiger, shift right, turn as far as you can on that left heel. Separate the arms. Small circle with that right arm as the left arm swings down. Step less than corner. Looks like brush knee with a different meaning. Bicycle the arms, right hand out to the shoulder and then connect out in front. Roll back. Press. And push. All right, new movement. Fist under elbow, flatten the arm, shift back. So turning, big circle. Press down and out to the side. Touch, warding off, out, grab, step, lift, punch, and touch with the left heel. Okay. That's a big chunk of form now, right? All right. So your mission is to try and practice that whole thing once a day. Okay, we know our mission is 5 minutes a day. If we did that once a day, that's 6 minutes. All right. Okay. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me.